is really like a force which can develop society, and if we have people involved in different processes, that means that we have a new force for the developing of the society and for some changes that we wanted to provide. On the other side, it is also important to have in mind that the participation is very important for the personal growth and personal development. So if we are talking about citizen participation, we need to have in mind the whole picture, that this is important for the personal at the personal level for personal development, but also that that's the opportunity actually to create a new society and some positive changes in the society. If we are talking about the personal level, you know that, and you already had that kind of experiences, that this is something that will increase the knowledge and skills and self-respect of the people and self-confidence. And if you give to the people different rights and responsibilities, they will act more responsible towards themselves and towards the whole society. And this is something which is kind of obvious. For the society, the participation principles are very important because that give us a space for the redistribution of the power, but when we have a redistribution of the power, we have opportunity to have redistribution of rights and responsibilities between the decision makers and between with the people who are involved. At the level of the institutions is the same. At the level of the family, if you want, is the same. If within your family have that kind of approach, you will have, again, redistribution of rights and responsibilities and different space for the personal growth and for the healthy family. We also, if we had that kind of principle, we have opportunity for some sustainable changes and to increase the opportunity to use different resources that we have in the society. So it is connected with the people, with the question of the lack of capacities sometimes, but on the other side, you will have opportunity to use new resources and to use, especially if we are talking about the civil participation, you will have opportunity to encourage and to involve the citizens who can have a different opinions, but also different skills and knowledges, and which can help to develop some processes. When we are talking about how to increase the citizen participation, some of the key questions are already something which was obvious from this discussion, from the discussion this morning. But what is the key point is that as a representative of civil society organizations, we are actually all very important actors and agents of promotion of that kind of approach. So permanent building of culture of participation is not 1 minute action. So it has to be like a permanent activity. As I mentioned, you have to live it if you want to promote it, but you have to promote it permanently. So the problem sometimes within the civil society organization as well is the lack of motivation of the people. Sometimes if you are actually involved a lot of your knowledge and time and strength and capacities and invite people to participate and they don't want to participate, you know, you have some kind of activity at the local level and small number of people just take participation, it is really demotivating factor sometimes. Or you motivate people to be involved in some policy making, and then the government don't want to listen to you. So it's again really demotivating. But on the other side, it is really important to have in mind that this is really like a process. And when you are create the mechanism for participation, be careful with your expectations and with your targets. that you are setting up. So don't be too ambitious. If you involve 10 people and next time 12 people, 2 more than in some first activity, that will be success. So every activity that you provide and every opportunity for the people that you provide will be a new opportunity actually for the promotion of the concept of participation, and we will need a lot of time to go from the non-culture of participation to something that means, okay, I am kind of obligated and I have a right to be involved in different processes, but I think that it is possible. So sometimes our expectations related to that are high, and sometimes we have, as a civil society representative, when we are the part of the organization, sometimes we have that kind of arrogancy that we said like, okay, we give them a space and they are not interested in. So this is something which is not a good, I think, attitude. So our role as a civil society representative is to open the space and to be aware that we create a proper mechanism for different people to be involved, and then it's up to them to be interested or not. So participation is not something that it is like, okay, everybody has to be involved. Like in different other things. So I am good in table tennis and I want to go to play a table tennis, but I don't want to go to play a basket. And also, if we are talking about the enabling environment, we are actually talking about all of this. Enabling environment means that civil society has the responsibility to organize a right and proper participation processes, to approach to the people, to approach to their constituency, because they are linked with constituency. They are linked between constituency and the people who you represent and decision makers. And you have to find that kind of approach. On the other side, we need to have the enabling environment on a higher level, at the local or national level, which means that we need to have like right mechanisms for cooperation, which means that we need to have like a right legislation, and you know, to have that kind of open space for citizen participation. What is really important to have in mind, and what is really like a danger, is to open the space and to have like a fake participation processes, which is again very, very often situation, I would say, with the civil society organization as well. So it is not something which is just on a politician level or decision makers level. It is sometimes on the level of civil society. And this is really a responsibility of the civil society organization, not just from your personal position, but also to react on that kind of opening the space and promoting the concepts. If you notice that it's a fake participation model that some of other organizations promoting. So this is something that, which means this is strictly connected with the motivation of the people. If we are talking about the lack of motivation, be aware that one of the aspects of the lack of the motivation of the people is also not meaningful, fake participation. Because they are facing few times with the fake participation, and after that they will not participate and they will not be involved in any other activities. What is the usually situation is like that. Sometimes you are involving a lot in the research processes, especially in participatory research or qualitative research. You, for example, invite people and involve them to get their inputs for some documents, for some strategy development, or for some project development. This is very popular now. So to have like a participatory research or qualitative research and to get the input from the people. But what's happened after that? Usually you don't provide any information to the people what happened with their inputs. So, because you finish your job, and that's it. Even if you explain them at the beginning that that will be for this and that purposes and that, the situation is actually very similar, like you as a civil society organization provide the input to the government if they are creating some kind of strategy or policy documents and everything. Usually you don't get any feedback, usually. So the situation is similar. So that's kind of fake participation that you are promoting, maybe sometimes. For example, that kind of involvement of citizens we had, and the civil society organization. Some of you mentioned this law on voluntarism in Serbia. Disaster, completely. You know, creation of that draft of document was complete disaster because they didn't involve any comments from the point of civil society, from the point of different institutions, and at the end, we don't have any idea why we were involved in that kind of processes. And the law will be disaster if they provide the first draft, and it seems that it will be because we don't have any additional information in this. It looks like nobody actually reads the comments and how the, you know, so that's kind of, and at the end you will say like, okay, I don't want to read that kind of documents anymore because they will not involve the comments. On the other side, I will not have any idea what is going to happen with that documents. On the other side, there are sometimes a situation that you have a lot of comments again which are not meaningful. So it is not again the situation like this that all the comments from the civil society has to be involved. And sometimes civil society organizations are very angry when they notice that some of their comments are not. But if it is not very well argumented, if it is not very well evidence-based, what you suggest, you know, so it's obvious that it is not each voice. It's not possible actually to involve all the comments. So that's again connected with this quality control and the responsibility of the organizations or people who, that you are representing to give and to provide meaningful comments and to be involved in a meaningful way. Facilitation mechanisms are very important. I will try just to make some comparison between the facilitation of the processes in the workshops, for example, or that kind of stuff. And this is connected what I mentioned, that it is not always that each input should be involved in some final conclusions or final processes. But if we are talking about that, sometimes the consultation processes are so diverse, and we have a lot of criticism, and we have a lot of diverse and individual, not constructive, but critical thoughts, and we don't know at the end what we can do with that. I think that in that term, it is facilitation of the processes is connected with this meaningful citizens' participation. On the other side,